All right. Hi, everybody. This is Joe Murphy with Allegheny Immigration Group. I'm coming to you live from our offices in the 33rd floor of the Grant Building in Pittsburgh. And this is our weekly live stream, Thursday at 6. Housekeeping, old business. We had a great run with that Immigration Through Marriage special. That was a green card through marriage, $1,000 legal fee. A lot of people were kind of disappointed because the filing fees were pretty steep with that. In fact, more than we were charging. And we can't discount those, they're due to the government, but that was quite a success. A lot of people got in on it. In fact, one straggler came in today and I still kind of cut him a little bit of a break. Lives, like, share, follow us if you can. There's a lot of fun information on our Allegheny Immigration Group page. Our telephone number is 412-973-3442, and that is that's my cell phone number. It's also my WhatsApp number, so you can text, call, or WhatsApp me on that number. We have a sign up now. People who sign up can get Allegheny Immigration Group branded things. There are some very nice Allegheny Immigration Group coffee cups that we've been sending out. There are these guides to naturalization, which are very valuable to people, especially if you're studying for your citizenship examination. It's got a lot of good tips in it. There are these string backpacks. Those are going pretty well. They're nice. They're lightweight. And of course, the very popular, I just ordered another couple hundred of these, Allegheny Immigration Group t-shirts. And you can sign up. There's a sign up form on our Facebook page. You'll have to give us an address because we have to know where to send it, an email, so we can say thank you. We don't share that with anyone. That's private. That's confidential. You give us your information. It's only between you and us. So we have offices in Pittsburgh and Morgantown. We're here for you. We get all over the country: Pittsburgh, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Minneapolis, and there's some work in San Francisco still. But that's the old business. If anybody had any questions on any of that, of course, you can talk to me in this live. You can write to me. But today we're going to talk about a very interesting subject, and that's called Deportation Defense. If you're here in the United States illegally, and that could be an overstay, that could be an undocumented entry, that could be even someone who entered the country legally but then committed a crime of sufficient gravity where they were seeking to deport you, they're going to start an action to get you out of the country. And we commonly call that in common talk deportation, and I'm going to talk about how to defend a deportation case, or at least how I defend it today. First thing we have to do is get some legal terms right, because deportation is the result of losing a case. The type of action that is called an action and removal. So if you were going to be deported, you would get a notice from immigration court, and it would be, a notice of the removal action. And that first notice that tells you when to come to court and where that is called an NTA, and that stands for Notice to Appear. And usually attached to that is what's called a charging document. And that is the charges, how the USCIS says you're deportable. Are you a simple overstay? Are you undocumented entry? Have you committed crimes? And they'll set forth all the grounds upon which they believe you're deportable. And today, again, I'm going to talk about how to defend against these removal actions seeking to deport you from the United States. The first thing you have to do, at least from my perspective, is you never give them anything for free. Let me get a little snack here. The charging document, people defending a removal action commonly agree that their client's removable and then go on asserting relief from deportation. It's important, at least to me, to always review the charges that are being made against my client in a deportation proceeding and see if the documents are right. They could have put forth a perfectly good removal charge, but they've got the wrong stuff there, or they've got the dates wrong, or they've got the method of entry wrong. All those are grounds to have a case summarily dismissed and restart a lot of things for my client, so I always do that. But assuming that the documents are in order, I wouldn't make the objection for no reason. There are a bunch of categories of main defense. The big one, of course, is claiming asylum. And that's a claim saying, yes, I'm deportable, but you can't send me back to where I came from because they're torturing people like me there, or they're arresting people like me there. And the like me part of that has to be on a basis of a protected ground: race, religion, political opinion, or membership in a social group. So that's one, asylum. Another one is what's called withholding of removal. Now, that lets you stay in the United States, but it's nowhere near as good as asylum. People who win an asylum case can get green cards and ultimately their citizenship. Someone who gets withholding of removal doesn't get those benefits. So they actually have to kind of re-register every year. And of course, if things get better home, they're supposed to go home. Another type of relief that I would exert from a deportation case is Convention Against Torture, where the A person to be deported can demonstrate that more likely than not he's going to be tortured at home. That can be a basis to suspend a removal and deportation. A really nice one that a lot of people use is called cancellation of removal. And that is, you have to be in removal proceedings and then ask for cancellation of removal as a defense to removal and deportation. You have to show you were in the country for 10 years, and that gets hard to prove for people who didn't enter legally and don't have a stamp on their passport. That can be proved with records, bank records, leases, even affidavits of people who you worked with 10 years ago. You have to prove to get that 10-year card that you haven't misbehaved when you're here, right? Arrests, serious crime. I don't think they care about DUI, but if you were doing murder or robbery or trafficking, those things, you wouldn't be able to get it then. But that's nice because you can get a green card off cancellation of removal, and that's very good. One of the things about cancellation of removal is that you have to prove a hardship to an American if you're removed. They don't just cancel it just because you've been here for 10 years and been a good boy or girl. You have to prove that if they were to deport you, that would work a hardship. And as a general matter, being separated from your spouse doesn't count. So it would be something like there's children that need your care, particularly people that are dependent upon you, maybe a child with a challenge of one type or another that needs their parent. That would satisfy. I think the rule is exceptional and unusual hardship. So they really mean it. It's not just a minor inconvenience. One of the things you could do is take a voluntary departure if they're seeking to deport you. That's where you agree. You leave, and in many cases they'll give you quite a good amount of time to get your affairs in order and depart the country under your own steam. So that's the defenses, and that's a deportation case. They can go on for quite a long time, particularly where you're defending and seeking asylum, because that becomes a case within a case. That is to say, as a defense, the burden then shifts to you to prove that you're entitled to asylum. I've had them go on for 7 years, so that's not uncommon. And in that process, a lot of people who are in removal proceedings can develop other ways of defending them. For example, if someone in the middle of a removal case married a citizen, that marriage, that right to adjust based on marriage to a citizen, would be an additional defense that they could raise in the deportation proceeding. So those are the main defenses that we... Our fees on these. Okay, look, asylum cases go on a long time. They're high level. You're in immigration court. This stuff is not cheap. The flip side of that is that we're a small firm, we're nimble, we don't really eat up a lot of cash here, so I can give people payment plans. Low down payment, and you'll make payments to us over the course of the case. So we work with people, and the idea is no one wants to see people thrown out, particularly people who want to stay here. And we'll work with you in that regard. Now, I want to remind you again, please like and share these videos. Follow us if you like. You could sign up online too, get on our list, get that free swag, which is very nice. My name is Joe Murphy. I'm a lawyer with Allegheny Immigration Group here in Pittsburgh. Our telephone number is 412-521-2000. You can reach me on cell, text, or WhatsApp. They're all the same number, 412-973-3442.